Mirror of Time. Yes, Sumo. Welcome back to Hybrid Theory. I'm Aurian Archive. Let's get started. The topic of discussion is once again I'm going to be focusing in on the Steam Deck. And more specifically, I'm going to be focusing in on certain other details. In previous live streams, I've talked about how the Steam Deck may possibly be more powerful than we expect it to be. I've talked about how the quad channel memory controller might be more of an Infinity Fabric design with point-to-point control for each particular core within the processor. I've also talked about how, depending on the construction of the partitioning of the system, of the file system itself on the solid state cards, that Valve could possibly be able to use the solid state drive as additional system memory or additional graphics card memory, and thus enabling uh, further advantages in performance. Case in point might be you're running a video editing software, and the particular clip you're working on is 10 gigs in size. And yeah, that could fit within the 16 gigabytes of system memory, but currently using 8 gigs of that for your graphics card memory, and 8 gigs of that is only allocated to the system. Well, if you've got an extra 2 gigs on going to the solid state card, that's going to be almost as fast and possibly provide a near seamless experience when working on, say, that big video file. And there are basically a lot of unanswered questions here on exactly how uh, the processor itself is configured in respect to the memory controllers and to the storage controllers. We can make some assumptions based on the NVMe specification, which effectively gives us random access to any point along the solid state drive, but the 64 gig drive only says eMMC, doesn't necessarily specify NVMe. So that's where we really don't know how complex this could be or not be, or what options are or are not available depending on the memory configuration. Now, that being said, I can't imagine that the 64 gig or the 256 gig uh, units are going to be that high of a volume. Rather, if you're making a pre-purchase now, which you kind of have to, I can't see anyone going for anything but the 512 gigabyte version, for the simple fact that it's still cheaper than buying a new mid-range graphics card today. And it's definitely a better option. You know, if you're going to go out and spend $600 on a new computing device to play your games, it's still a better value per purchase at that $600 something price point US dollars than any of the current selling consoles. The only console that could have possibly come close to matching the Steam Deck for value for money would have been a Switch Pro, which Nintendo decided to play games with and just got their ass handed to them. And that would have only been if the Switch Pro had come along uh, with the virtual console from the Wii and Wii U, had carried that over and re-enabled all of those past purchases for previous games. If Nintendo had stopped playing games and just done what the Investors Act, are you doing this? And Nintendo went, oh, we can't talk about that. No, bad answer. Bad answer. All right. As you can probably tell, this is probably going to be a shouty, ranty one. Uh, So I'm going to actually kind of stop there, make sure that how I have this configured work, and then we'll come back and we'll have another go at this. And I'll see if I can change some. It really kind of annoys me. Can I pop this? Ooh, I can. Ah, okay, well, that's annoying. I can pop that out. Can I layer a window on top of it and still get to... No. Oh, that would, I may bring that to OBS's attention. That would have been a lot more useful if this still appeared. Um, yeah. Am I going to need this? I don't think so. So we're going to clear. Actually, we're just going to close Inkscape. Close without saving it. Nothing in there I really want to save. I don't. We may need Kwrite, so I'm just going to leave that open. Alright. Can I just... I mean, that's tacky, but no longer do I have... I mean, the whole infinity canvas thing here is kind of annoying. That would be so much more useful if this was still available when the, huh. That's interesting. According to this, I'm theoretically using the same exact connection as the Windows system, but I've got an absolutely green bar and no dropped frames. Yeah, who'd have thought that running OBS on Linux would give you better performance than running OBS on Windows? Alright, we're going to stop the stream there, and I'll just do something like testing system settings for the